Hello, guys. Yeah, welcome to another cool time with me. It's pretty late here, and I thought I could just do a cool video to put on YouTube. Hope you guys enjoy this. Well, so the scenario is we've got this Windows infrastructure. Well, it's just one server in there, and the host, which is this Windows 8 box connected to that domain that is in the hosted by the server. The server is the domain controller. So we want to see if we can probably start from this Windows box and from the Kali, sorry, attacker box to the Windows box. Then from the Windows box, you can communicate with the domain controller and see if you can find some pretty cool stuff to play around with tonight. So I can quickly verify that by running a few commands here just to show you guys. I can pick all. We can see this system is actually in this domain. So we can see Mario is in this domain here. Just to verify and show us that. Then if I also run who am I, pass that to all, can see this Mario guy actually got some pretty cool privilege here happening for him. Built-in administrator, user, Entity Authority Interactive. It's got the console login and all this cool stuff. And for privilege, you can see there is one that is enabled, which is bypass, trespass, checking. That's as change, notify, privilege. So I'm going to drop this down and go into my attacker box. So just to show the workaround, my initial scanning and maybe enumeration, scanning and footprinting, I can use NetDiscover to verify the IPs of hosts in the network. I can already see this appears to be the Windows 8, while this is the Windows server. So we are going after this guy because this is pretty much behind the strong firewall. So let's go after this guy and see. I'm going to stop this thing quickly. Then I'm going to start by running Nmap. I'm going to showcase Nmap, and I'm also going to showcase Netcat to do some legacy port verification trick using Netcat. So for my Nmap, I've already got a command there. I'm scanning the first 10,000 ports. I want to see what's in there. I'm running the script scan, then also service version scan. Then I'm disabling ping because I think I cannot ping it. Cannot ping the Windows box that is in that domain. So let's see what I can find. Okay, so our Nmap scan is back, and we can see some cool stuff happening around 135, 139, 445. So a quick way to fall back on our netcat scan. Let's play around and see what's going to give us now. If we try maybe something like port 135. Let's see. I just want to showcase this netcat stuff. So see what's going to give us. So look at that, open. Great. So the port is open. Obviously, this one's actually closed or behind the firewall, but we can see this one is open, and it told us open. You can also verify maybe like 139 or maybe 445, and we'll just see that. Great. So Microsoft DS open. So cool. Anyways, so I just want to showcase that little pretty cool trick. Okay, so falling back to this, I'll be tempted to start doing some SMB enumeration on this host. So I'll just run the pretty cool enum for Linux stuff first. It's already installed in Linux. I'll also use the SMB map and a cool other few other ones to just showcase. Put it at A here. Then I'll put the IP 192.168 dot 2 dots. I think it's 4. Let's see what you can grab. I came up pretty fast. Shows us a few stuffs. We can see the master browser. Wow, that's pretty cool, huh? Okay, I'm just laughing. You understand later. Okay, cool. Yeah, verified. Well, nothing really other cool stuff except for this that we can see here. Cool. Well, I'm pretty much cool with that. So we're going to go do some SMB enum stuff to maybe fall in this and see the, I think is use share and map scripts. I think if I list the content, there are a bunch of them in here. So I'm going to run that scan using SMB scripts. It's not the SMB scripts. Yeah, so we're going to run some SMB enumeration since we know there's port 139 and port 445. Quickly, I'm going to run this scan. I hope that should be pretty fast. And I'm going to run some other scans here also, just verifying the SMB protocol on that port just to see what it gives back to me. That can guide us into knowing where to move on from this point. So we're just running that scan basically, saying, okay, that came back pretty fast. Now for this, we can see SMB version 1 is what is actually the communication protocol here. And we can understand that this is not safe. Falling back to this side, we can see that there are some shares like admin, like C dollar, IPC dollar, and users. Interesting. Okay, anonymous assets, there is no anonymous assets, but here it's got to read anonymous assets. Quite interesting as well. We'll see what we can do from here. I'm going to quickly run another scan. I'm going to verify the security mode using that script to verify actually if we know message signing is a thing for SMB, but since we've seen this is version 1, I think by default it's enabled but not required. So see if that is the case, then we can actually, we have a script which we have built, which will run in the background to enable us grab those hashes in the responder LLMNR requests, kind of like poisoning. So we can see that SMB's 2 security mode is what they have going on here. We see the user info is Mario on that box. Then we're saying that message signing is enabled but not required, so which means it's not been enforced from the GPU standpoint or maybe from the configuration standpoint. We're going to be exploiting this fact that it's not required. I've got responder, so I'm going to just start this immediately and see what's going to happen. I'll point this all the way down to that host. Then I'm listening in for requests. Then my scripts, according to the cron tab, should execute in approximately about 1 minute. So we'll just wait for that script to execute. Already the responder is just listening in for stuff going on in the network. So while we wait for our script to execute and give us some hash, we'll just see if that thing works out fine for us. Okay, great. I think the script is done executing. Now look at that. So we've got this funny thing happening here. We can see that this is Mario, and this seems to be Mario's hash because it's coming from the Windows 8 Pro, which we are actually currently targeting. So we're going to take this hash. I think I can stop responder for now because it's going to keep dumping stuff for me. I didn't actually make changes to the config file. You can actually do that. I think you can use it in the user share responder.conf and also in the etc. Any of them you can actually make modifications. But we're done with this. We are also going to try and see if that's going to work for us on the server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to what is in here. I'll just nano I'll just pass this here, then I'll grab this one. You see this is NTLM version 2. We can see that there are a couple of tools we can use in Kali to verify the hash type actually, but responder is giving us that, and because it's coming from the user Mario in the domain, we'll just copy this quickly. And I'm going to paste this here. Okay, I'll write that file and I'll just cut the content of just to see. Okay, that looks pretty much cool. Then I'm also going to start up responder again, but this time I'm going to go after the domain controller, and I think domain controller's IP is 3. I'm going to go after domain controller. Let me see what I can grab also from the domain controller. So we're going to be waiting for that. The script should execute in about approximately 1 minute again. Okay, great. So that script is done executing. Now we can see some hashes, and this happens to be the domain controller. So again, we're going to copy this because you can see that out there is Windows Server 2008, as we had already mentioned from the start. So we're going to, if you're wondering about the script, I'm going to probably put that in the description, so we can. So we're going to nano again hashes the text. Let's put this in there also. So I'm going to write this out and I'm going to exit this. So once again, I'll cut the content just to be sure. Okay, great. So we're going to try to see how we can crack these hashes. Okay, so we've got those hashes. What we're going to try to do now is to use an offline cracker like hashcards or maybe John to crack these hashes. I think we'll just rely on hashcards. So let's view that command here. We'll just hashcards. I think we can use the method. Okay, I see I've got the command in there. I'll just go that way. And yeah, let's run this thing. Let's see what it's going to give us. How fast? Well, that was pretty fast. Did it save the file? Okay, let's cut the content of cracked.txt. And look at that. So we've got the password for the Mario user and also for the domain controller. So I'll be tempted to pretty much go into the domain controller. Okay, cool. So let's see. I'm going to clear the screen. Maybe zoom this in a bit. Then I'm going to see if I can use EvoWinRM. Let's see. Okay, so we fixed our network problem. I will just verify with a quick ping and see now we can reach that. Okay, great. So we're going to go back to that command and try the EvoWinRM stuff again. Let's see if we can actually get that connection. We'll repeat the same thing for this as well. See if we can. Okay, this worked pretty faster than this. So we'll just verify if I can run this command here. Okay, great. So we can see that we are in the domain and we are actually the user vagrant, which is actually the user on that box. This still seems to be working. Let's look at that message. Connection refused for this. Okay, so maybe that port is being blocked in the firewall. So I guess there might be a firewall thing happening there for me. Okay, this is me just being stupid. The password entry is longer than 14 characters. All right. Do you want to continue this operation? Okay, so you shut me down. Actually, I'm going to try that again and maybe just make it shorter. I like when I say this thing. All right, great. So we've got that thing completed, done. I just want to see that. That's my concern. I don't care about anything else. So let's do the net user again. I think it was a job I was doing and it was playing around with me. No, let's local group. Let me add myself to the local administrator group. I'm not going to get in the domain yet. Let me see if I can use extra repeat to get in. Then I can start playing around. Do what I want to do. Okay. Just see where I can put myself in. That can give me remotes. I can see a bunch of these stuff's happening in there. I just want remotes. Man, there are lots of groups. Okay, I see this is actually structured Active Directory infrastructure happening here. I just want to put myself somewhere. Domain admin, domain computer, domain controllers, domain users. Can I? Domain admin should have remote administration, hopefully. ROC admin groups. Okay, tempted to put myself in there as well. Okay, okay, I'm going to be playing pretty much around since I'm already here. Okay, so can we do that? Oh, great. So we add ourselves to the domain admin. All right, cool. So, well, trust me, I have seen this happening. You might be wondering why, how come I'm just doing this and it's working. That in a normal client environment it won't work. That let me burst your bubbles. It works. I've actually done this stuff, and it was pretty much easy because of the concept of trust, right? I was given a box and I was in their own system and I was doing all this stuff, and it does work pretty easy without stress. So there are ways to prevent this, which I'm going to probably talk about from the start. You should have enforced message signing. That wouldn't have allowed me to grab those hashes from the LLMNR request or poisoning thing that I did. Then maybe you can enforce some group policies to restrict authentications. That all these things that I'm doing here, you can actually shut them down in a properly configured Windows infrastructure. But of course, you find these nasty things happen, so we take advantage of them and we try to make them see, oh yeah, you guys are doing crap stuff. Okay, so there's schema admins. You can see that stuff also very brutal. If I get myself in a schema admin and I'm authenticating as someone in schema admin, imagine the mess I can actually cause in the whole Active Directory infrastructure. I can make changes to the schema and just mess up the systems quickly. Let me see X3 RDP. If it's a thing there, I'll pass the user vagrant. Then we'll pass the, what's that thing again? Password, right? I hope I'm correct. Then I'll pass paste is 192.168.2.3, I think. Can I just run this? Okay, quickly through back in error. Host name was not specified. Oh yeah, it's a V. So okay, so it's my fault. H is for the height, the session window. Oh, of course, we trust it. Is it going to get? Oh, damn! See that? It gave us a thing. So this is game over as far as I'm concerned. If I've got this, I own this complete domain because I can just mess up stuffs here without having to stress. Now I'm going to stage my Python server again. I think I should just split this terminal and zoom in a bit on this. Then let me see the home Kali downloads win audits. Yeah, so clear the screen, Python 3 http.server. So let me host my server. Then of course we're in here already, so who stops us from grabbing a browser and going there? Let's see if there's a policy to restrict this. I'm just going to try and see if somebody's restricted 192.168.2. I think I'm .6. I'm not sure. On port 8000, right? Okay, and we hit it. Of course, let's see if something will actually flag for us. This is actually an obfuscated power view, I think. Okay, it flagged. So great. At least there's this layer of security. Remember, like I always say, security is in layers. So this is being flagged. But trust me, this is not, it doesn't mean that it's safe, that this box is safe, because I can obfuscate this whole power view stuff and make it bypass detection like this, or probably execute it via a share, not writing on disk, to make it pretty much bypass the action of writing on disk and being flagged by this defender thing happening here on this server. Okay, but let's keep it just because we want to show demonstration, right? So we're going to close this. We're done with that. And we'll just, I think it should be in our download folder. Okay, great. So I'll be working with the, I thought I saw Git something there. It's Git bash. Okay, great. I'll be working with Git bash here. Okay, because pretty much it gives me that Linux kind of like flexibility to do what I want to do. So I'm going to cd to downloads. Then I've got myself the PowerView thing in there. Okay, so let me just do it in PowerShell. Fine. Okay, so I'm going to import the module. I'm trying to not to make this video pretty long, so I'm going to use this to import. Well, I'm importing the module is actually PowerView.ps1. Whoa, not be loaded. Oh yeah, there's another layer of security here. Okay, excellent. So let's see if we can bypass this. Okay, so I'm going to run that thing again. So I've got to bypass. Let me see if I can run this thing again. Okay, so that was pretty easy to bypass. Okay, so please pay attention to the flow. You see, there are security layers. There are no doubts some form of security has been implemented. But as a security enthusiast and expert, I just love to take advantage of the scenario based on my knowledge to see how I can probably bypass those controls. Yeah, it's more like in a house, you've got multiple, in a building, you've got multiple doors to rooms. Each of these doors acts as a security layer. And if you've got a master key, trust me, you can just go in all the rooms and do some pretty shady stuff. But don't do that. All right, great. So now we've got the module loaded. So we'll just do a few things because I just want to show you a few things and we'll call this video short. So probably we've got the PowerView module loaded. We'll just use some of the commands in the module to showcase a few things. Maybe we'll just get all effective members of a group. Probably. Let's see. Okay, so we're just going to run a few modules and we'll call this a short for today. So I've got a few of them that I think we can just check up a few of them and see. Oh, account authorization group, maybe. Oh, okay, no, I didn't execute that command correctly. Sorry. I'm going to clear this and I'm going to run that again quickly. This time around, I'll just run it, maybe the policy or computer service account. And let's just see default domain password policy, maybe edit domain. We start from here. We can see complete details about the domain. We can see the domain mode, 2000 backward compatibility thing happening there. Then we can see a couple of other stuff, the NetBIOS, funny stuff. Okay, cool. So we'll just try a couple more and see maybe the ACLs or no. Account authority, no. Password replication policy. No, we need to fill in those details, and I don't want to fill in those details. I'm going to clear this just for maybe the ACL. That's pretty much easy. So it's going to pull down the 14, and we can see that Entity Authority Access System allowed. That's what we have, probably full control on that box. And we're just going to run a few more. Maybe 80 computers, service accounts, default password policy, maybe 80 domain. We checked that already. Domain controller, maybe fine grained password. Okay, no, the forest, the groups. There'll be a bunch of them. We saw that already. Group members, maybe add passwords. The object. There are a couple of them, a bunch of them actually. Just playing around anyways. Didn't want to start running all this thing, so maybe domain policy. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. password complexity is required. Log on to change password. That's set off. Okay, cool stuff. Maximum password age 42. Minimum password age 1. These informations are quite critical. They can help us understand how we can craft a brute forcer in case we want to go against maybe some other accounts. Force log off when our expires. See, that's actually switched off. Pretty much bad. Password history, size, clear password, maximum password length 7. Not good, not good enough. Okay, so that's the policy. How about what? Oh, great. So that's it. So we can see that we are in this administrator, we're in the domain admin group, then we're also a domain user. We can add more permissions to ourselves just to make us that monster user in the AD, but I think this is pretty much cool for us. All right, thanks guys. This is it for today. A quick caveat, going back to this from the start, to prevent stuff like this, ensure you enforce that message signing. You can either do that via group policy, or you can do that. You can go edit the configuration in the AD. I think I can pretty much show that, but I think I would. You can go edit that there and make sure it's enforced. So also you want to disable version 1 SMB, maybe implement version 3 and a more secure approach. Then also you want to ensure that you harden this domain controller bits in such a way that I cannot easily crack the hash of the password, crack the hash and grab the password and start doing this kind of remote authentication, which is not validated via maybe a third-party authentication platform coming in like Kerberos or other stuff helping. Now, we didn't go as far as doing some fun stuff as stopping secrets or maybe doing some mimikatz or kiwi stuff. That's because it's really irrelevant at this point. Okay, so stay safe on the internet, and thanks for sticking around. Okay, bye-bye.